What is going on, bowlers? Chris Beans here with Bowlers Rant, bringing you 2 new updates from Roto Grip. Okay, we are going back to the overseas market, my favorite place to be, all the coolest core and cover combinations. There are 2 new updates in this video, unconfirmed if coming stateside, but we are going to cover them anyways. Let's take a look at them now. We've got the Attention T and the Rubicon EX. Okay, both of these are asymmetrics. The word written on these is versatility, and technically you could use these as a 1-2 combo. Of course, the secret sauce is always in the specs, so we're going to jump right into it. Heading on over to the interwebs, let's see what we've got. So this is the Attention T. This is the third in a line of balls. We had the original Attention, which was an asymmetric solid, and we had the Attention Black Pearl. That was a pearl. This is a sanded hybrid to complete the trilogy of reactions. Okay, there's a picture of the core, and here is a picture of the flyer. So this is what it looks like in the Japanese market. Notably says 2000 grit Avalon. Let's jump into the specs. Okay, so what do we got? This ball's got the Hyper Response Hybrid Reactive Cover Stock, the Momentuous Core, the color Fuchsia Royal Platinum. Looks pretty good. 2000 grit Avalon, so it's got some surface, and the numbers at 15 pounds, 2.50 RG with the .053 differential, no .011 asymmetric differential. Okay, so let's talk about what this ball is all about. So when you typically have sanded hybrids, they're typically going to be used as a benchmark ball, or something like an asym benchmark, where you want to move one step up, but you still want to have some teeth in the middle of the lane. Now, sometimes when you get something like this, it tends to be a little bit softer in the back. That is not the case with this ball. So we're going to go back to the interwebs, and how are we going to make our case? Well, I've got some ball video queued up. Let's take a look what it looks like. So you can see it starts to move, a little bit side rotation. Let's take a look at this shot. Smack right into the pocket. That's looking sharp. Now we also have one of a stroker. Let's see what this looks like. Still a really good move into the pocket. So in both cases, you can see this ball definitely has a lot of movement in the back, and it definitely has my attention as being something that, even though it has surface, it definitely will give you some movement in the back. So something like this you could tune for a variety of different conditions, but overall, if you happen to get one of these, what I would do is very simply just pick your favorite layout and you're off into the races. Okay, looks good. Let's talk about the next ball. So we've got the Rubicon EX. Okay, so this ball, this is looking very similar to the Rubicon. So it's got the same core. Let's take a look at the specs. So this one's got E-Trax P20 Pro Reactive Cover Stock, and it features the Rondure core. The color fire, red, silver, and orange. And I got to tell you, when I look at this compared to the Rubicon UC2, which I love the UC2, I got to tell you, this one, in my opinion, takes the shelf appeal cake. Comes finished 1500 grit polished, and the numbers at 15 pounds, 2.49 RG with a .052 differential and a .011 asymmetric differential. So let's just briefly, revise and talk about this. So the Rubicon UC2 is an asymmetric versatile pearl. It's something that moves almost like a symmetrical pearl with a weight hole attached. This ball is no exception. Other than the color, the specs are exactly the same. And they say, color can impact ball motion. Typically, the darker balls tend to go a lot longer, so it makes me wonder if this one is going to go a little earlier. Now, just to wrap this up, I did pull the specs for the UC2. Here they are. Again, same numbers: 2.49 RG, 052 differential, 011 asymmetric differential. Same color, E-Trax. So all in all, there's really the only difference is how it looks. And if you are a collector like I am, I got to tell you, this one looks absolutely fantastic. So let's circle back to the shelf appeal as we're wrapping up. I got to tell you, between these two, while the Attention T is no slouch, it's going to go down to the Rubicon EX. I think this is one of the best looking Roto Grip balls I've ever seen, and should be very easy to read. As it goes down the lane, you can see it migrating its axis, and you should be able to really play with this ball and play with your hand positions and not have too much trouble reading the ball. So that's what we've got for today. Of course, if you were interested in picking up these items, you'd have to head on over to the Facebook groups, but be prepared to pay a pretty penny. Overseas balls like this tend to cost in the neighborhood of $300 or more shipped. Wow. And of course, if you want to learn more about these balls and just, developments about them, take a look at the video description. I've got some links where you can check them out at bowlersmart.com. Ooh, a lot of great information there. So what do you think of the Attention T? And what do you think of the Rubicon EX? If you were to pick one, which one would you get? And what layout would you go with? Drop me a comment, let me know, let's continue the conversation. More updates are coming, and until then, bowl well.